Salvation Army today.
Why you got on a mask?
Because I always work on it.
When you got that? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't got to go to the Met tonight.
Bro, no, absolutely.
Okay. So you got the rest of the night off?
Yes. Yes.
Well, okay. I got back from Nashville, and then when I got back from Nashville, I went back to Nashville. Then after I got back from there, I went and took care of some business I had to do, and then we got something to eat. So when I come home, and then the Chipotle. That Chipotle. That only because I didn't really feel like driving nowhere, and I definitely didn't feel like going to the grocery store, and I definitely wasn't gonna cook, and I didn't want nothing fried, and I didn't want. That's probably the best, the close to healthiest you're gonna get. Okay. Okay. Girl, if I got me some water, and I really should have got a bigger water than that, but I got that because I messed around and had a little bit of an energy drink, but I had donuts today, which I never eat, and I had a Mountain Dew, so couldn't have no more sugar today. That would have been.
Watch your intake and all that.
Girl, I have to. When I be out here driving, you know what I'm saying? I just be looking at our culture in general. And still, I really could just do a whole lot better, especially with what I know. You know what I'm saying? Like when I went homeless for a while, I got a chance to see, like, close up how your body deteriorates so fast when you're not doing the right things. So when I was homeless, believe it or not, I was more healthier than I am now because I walked every day, all day, and I didn't drink nothing but water because I didn't want my feet to go bad. You know what I'm saying? When you homeless, the first thing to go is your feet. So I drank water and walked all the time. So yeah, to stay in shape and to keep my anxiety down and to keep me healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was eating, I was only on at one point I was like on a 38-cent a day diet because I ain't had no money. So I had to eat. So, but God brought me through it. Long story short, so I, had wisdom and kept myself up. So now that
It's how you do it.
it's how you do it.
Yeah, it's how you do it.
In 700 feet, turn right. So I wanted to, make sure I was doing a little bit more, being more conscious in what I ate and stuff like that. So now I definitely, I need more avocado. The other day I went and got myself some cabbage and made some fresh cabbage when I got home, and it was so good. So, but yeah, I'll be trying to do stuff like that. You go over that office right there?
No, I go in this office right here.
Oh, okay.
That office right here is for the townhouses and the apartments.
Okay. Okay. So,
talk back to the guy.
Girl, I seen his ride come across the other day, and even though it paid good, no. I said I'm good on that.
You should tell me that, huh?
money. I call Geico. I call HSN.
Turn right.
You look wore out and tired.
I am. You was looking the opposite way when I was walking out the door.
I was like, where is she?
Looking the opposite way. How are you?
I ain't complaining. I was actually lift and playing games today. I was pulling up in the gonna pull up to go home.
In 750 feet,
I seen
turn
the
right.
ride came through, and I said, I'm gonna go pick her up.
Oh,
I ain't gonna go home. I ain't gonna go home and leave you to get in the car with an Indian.
That's so been driving you, girl.
I said, I ain't gonna make her get in the car with an Indian and go home. I'm gonna go ahead and pick her up.
Well, I'm glad you did.
How you been though?
Tired, but
You just got off work?
I did. I went to the Salvation Army today.
Why you got on a mask?
Because I always wear one at this. Well, I wear
Oh, when you got that? Okay.
Turn
Oh,
right.
you ain't got to go to the Met tonight.
Girl, no, and I am so glad.
Okay. So you got the rest of the night off?
Yes. Oh, yes, girl.
Well, okay.
Yes. Calm down, relax. Yeah, what you been doing all day? Just
In half a mile, turn right.
I got back from Nashville, and then when I got back from Nashville, I went back from Nashville. Then after I got back from there, I went and took care of some business I had to do, and then went and got something to eat for when I go home, and then that Chipotle. That only because I didn't really feel like driving nowhere. And I definitely didn't feel like going to the grocery store, and I definitely wasn't going to cook. And I didn't want nothing fried, and I didn't want, that's probably the best, the close to healthy as you're going to get.
Yeah, I bought me a little piece to put in the oven tonight.
Okay.
I was like, I'm not doing nothing big. I don't feel up to it.
Mm-hmm.
My little pizza is cooking. I eat me a bag of popcorn and drink some ice.
Okay. Girl, if I got me some water, and I really should have got a bigger water than that, but I got that because I messed around and had a little bit of an energy drink, but I had donuts today, which I never eat, and I had a Mountain Dew, so couldn't have no more sugar today. That would have been.
Watch your intake and all that.
Girl, I have to. When I be out here driving, you know what I'm saying? I just be looking at
Turn
our
right.
culture in
Then turn
general.
right on
And
Cave Mill
still, I
Road.
really could just do a whole lot better, especially with what I know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when I went homeless for a while, I got a chance to see, like, close up how your body deteriorates so fast when you're not doing the right things. So when I was homeless, believe it or not, I was more healthier than I am now because I walked every day.
In 350 feet, turn right on Cave Mill Road.
Water because I didn't want my feet to go bad. You know what I'm saying? When you homeless, the first thing to go is your feet. So I drank water and walked all the time. So yeah, to stay in shape and to keep my anxiety down and to keep me healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because I was eating, I was only
in 800 feet.
At
turn
one point,
left.
I was like on a 38-cent a day diet because I ain't had no money. So I had to eat. So, but God brought me through it. Long story short, so I, had wisdom and kept myself up. So now that
It's how you
it's how you do it.
Yeah, it's how you do it.
In 700 feet, turn
So
right.
I wanted to, you know, make sure I was doing a little bit more, being more conscious in what I ate and stuff like that. So now I definitely,
Turn
I
right,
need more
then turn
avocado.
left.
The other day I went and got myself some cabbage and made some fresh cabbage when I got home, and it was so good. So, but yeah, I be trying to do stuff like that.
Turn left, then the drop
You
off
go
will
to
be
that
on the
office
right.
right there?
No, I go in this office right here.
Oh, okay.
That office right here is for the townhouses and the apartments.
Okay,
and the
okay,
back.
okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I had
So,
to talk back to the guy.
girl, I seen his ride come across the other day, and even though it pay good, no.
That's what my cousin used to always tell me in Virginia. All money is not.
In 150 feet, the drop off will be on the right.
He sure used to tell me that all money is not good money.
Mm-mm. Not after he told me about that, his little indulgence. I ain't want to really deal with him like that no more. Cause I just that energy is bad, and if there's somebody tell you that to me, you just telling somebody that to scare them. And I just don't want to deal with you. I told you I couldn't get him out of my house the first night he came over there.
Yeah.
He told me I just had to stay with me. No,
had to stay.
girl was pretty much begging. No, you're not staying with me. You work at Kobe making $25 an hour. You better go get over there. That in-town suite somewhere.
I know that's right.
Yeah. And have the
Because
furniture.
Kobe was hiring for security a while back.
Mm-hmm.
One of the other Lyft drivers named Rhonda that I used to ride with from time to time, she was telling me they can't never keep security up there.
Girl, they can't never keep nobody working.
Oh, really?
They said that a girl told me, I ain't never worked there, but my ex-husband did. He ain't have no issue. But they told me that they don't play by time, punctuality, and attendance. They said they don't play.
But a lot of warehouses is like that. They point. They don't.
They say Kobe in that trial is one time you out, don't come back.
Boy.
They say they don't. They say they don't play. That's what she told me.
Keep no security up there.
Really? Well, when my ex-husband used to work there, I don't know. He ain't never tell me nothing about it. But he get along anywhere he go.
Well, that's good. He gets along.
Anywhere you put ketchup, he get along.
That's
yeah,
good.
He ain't gonna never come home and complain. None of that.
Really? That's all right. You don't see many people like that, girl.
No, he definitely made me not like myself. That's just like, shut up. You don't never complain. No, he never complains.
Really? How
He
long
believed.
you guys married?
We was married and together almost 12 years before we got divorced. No, but we wasn't together the whole 12.
Oh, okay. But that was a good run, though.
He still, I still call him my friend, no matter what. He did some things, but I don't want to be. You know how you had them women that's just bitter, and they start looking old because you did, and every time you say something about him, it's what he done did. Girl, they be.
I don't know if it was his first wife or his second, Muhammad Ali. The lady that was Muslim too was okay. So it was his second wife. You know, she's still talking about him and what he did.
So is Steve Harvey's wife. So is spending all the money that he gave her. Then move on. Using that to keep trying to sue him to get more money. You making yourself broke trying to get more money out of him. Do him good and get dressed and be cute and go write you a cute tell-all if that's how you want to play and tell some stuff if that's really what you want to do, or just go on with your life.
See, that's what I say about his wife, Muhammad Ali's wife. She got mad. She's still mad to this day that Layla mama started dealing with him when she was still married to him. She mad at Layla. Okay, Layla wasn't even born. And it was her mom, not her. So why are you mad at Layla?
Girl,
she wanted Carissa Shields to beat Layla up.
And he told me, I told him the other day, I talked to him, and I said, I hope you're doing all right, and, you know, I pray for you all the time, even sometimes before I pray for myself. And he got real quiet. I still know him. I bet he probably cried. Because he supposed to have sent me something for my birthday, and he never did. He still ain't. And I said, I wonder if he going through something. and he got too much pride. He got too much pride, you know, and because the tables is when we separated and broke up, he was getting almost $1,000 a week in COVID pay, and they give me no money.
Oh my God. And he wasn't working on anything.
We had our business together, so when he left and walked off, it made my business fall apart. Yeah, I could still do it with him, but not like him. You know what I'm saying? And
what kind of business did y'all have?
I was selling used furniture.
Okay.
So when me and him together, you know, he pretty much gets the furniture. We go pick it up. I make it pretty, and then we decide on a price on it and then put it up for sale. And so I was left doing everything after he had done cheated. I had done tried to kill myself. So nothing was the same. So I was more of dependent on him, and I was emotionally not in a good space. So, you know, I sued him for alimony for, you know, and I dropped it from what I originally wanted. You know what I'm saying? But he ended up paying me over time, you know, almost 10 grand. But I left the clause open that if I find out you got money that you didn't tell me about, I could open it back. And I did. I did. Because now that I'm doing an Uber, he maxed out Uber the full 12-hour shift every single day.
Okay,
he was. So if he was doing Uber, maxing out that shift 12 hours a day, you made pretty much $2,000 to $3,000 a week. I don't care if they gave you $5 rides only. You made that, because I know what I make, and I don't do anywhere near 12 hours. Nowhere near it. And he was getting up for that 4 o'clock in the morning. Those are $30, $40 rides.
That's what I was gonna say. Those people going to work.
Those are $30 and $40 rides. Because I got up the other morning just to see at 7 o'clock. It was still $36. So if you up at 4 o'clock, nigga, you was making $50 and $60 on these rides, especially going to the airport. You know what I'm saying? And he had a van. He had a van, so they was paying him more.
Okay.
Because you get paid more. The more seats you got in your car, the more money you get. Yeah, the more seats you got in your car, the more money you get. He could do either or, where I only can do one. He could have done either or. So when I found out that, I let it go. But all that time he was doing that, like I said, he got COVID pay. He was balling during COVID season. $3,600 a month, not doing nothing.
Yes.
And still had his insurance and everything. I ain't even worried about it. I just said, I'm going to give it to the Lord. And when I stopped hating on it, that's when God started,
Yeah, because you guys can't keep putting that out there, no matter what they done did. You know.
I didn't want to get into that situation, because like I said, I ain't want. Oh, where?
Yeah, this one getting in the car now.
Oh, that you got a bunch of them, because he done came somewhere.
He going to the garage.
Oh, he is. He's gonna hang got in there.
Yeah, no, he gonna probably put. Well, yeah, because his car is good.
Okay. You too, and be good and be careful.
Yes, you too. Making up these sounds on this bad news, girl.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Excuse me. What you doing?
Why? Don't you ever have a different question? We was talking about on learning how to communicate. If somebody just say, what you doing, they said they don't know how to communicate.
Who you got
They don't make
answering?
it interesting. And
Who?
you be like,
No, the person on the other end is supposed to
Who?
answer the phone with enthusiasm.
they
Excited.
did what?
The person that answered the phone is supposed to answer the phone with enthusiasm.
Well, they
Excited.
don't answer with enthusiasm because they know what they're going to get. It's just, hey, hey. But they said if somebody come and say, so, what did you do interesting today? Or how's the weather? Or anything.
Nobody talk like that, child.
Yes, they do.
That's
You
when you
definitely
know
got to learn how
you
to
supposed to have put your same voice on when the same way you talk when white people call.
I don't answer the phone for white people.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I don't know who they is on the other side.
And you don't know the number, you answer the phone and say, hi, hello.
No, if I don't answer the phone for numbers I don't know.
Oh,
Because I already know they scams. I don't answer those.
so
Oh, you're so nice, the lady.
what you doing?
I just said I'm late.
Laying down? No, I didn't. I just heard you say. I really hear what you said.
So how was your day?
It was good.
Never mind.
Leave me alone.
Never even mind.
Whatever. I was just gonna see how much I was gonna indulge and say.
I know, and I said it's gonna be a long one.
Oh, whatever. Just because when somebody say, "What did you do?" I ate 50 pieces of fruit today, and I had a glass
I
of
didn't
coffee.
say none of that today. That was yesterday. See, I
That
bring
wasn't
back
even.
into today.
That wasn't even yesterday. That was
It
before
was
then.
yesterday.
That wasn't.
Whatever.
Yesterday you was at Lana house.
That was yesterday night.
No, it wasn't.
Whatever.
No, I had a good day. I had a good day, and I'm having some good dinner. I'm gonna take me a good bath.
Well, we don't need to know all of that.
Well, whatever. You want to see the little cabana I made for Cora?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you do want to see it. Oh, thanks, East. That's nice. I was gonna say something.
I'm glad you did.
Whatever. Okay. You talk to God? Drop the shell.
No.
Okay, this is the little pool area. I'm still working on it, but I want you to see the little cabana I made. It is so gorgeous. Like, I want you to see it real good. All right. It is so cute. Wait till you see it. All right, go.
Where is it?
Didn't your phone go off?
No.
Well, look at your phone.
No. I don't see anything.
Okay. Well, we're not gonna worry about it.
Well, you don't want to get sick, so what are you getting upset about?
I did send that. You did get it.
It will give me a it will
Well, do you
let
got
me know
any?
if I got a message.
Do you got any free storage?
No, all of your cords are on there.
Huh?
All of your pictures are on there.
I texted to you. You should have it.
You sent it to my email or to my phone?
I texted to you. I just went over there and took a picture of it, and I texted to you. Gosh, I really wanted to see what you thought about it.
Well, it didn't come through, Chris. You can't see it.
Well, what other way can you send it?
I don't know. My phone does all these crazy things now. I really don't like phones anymore. What? Why? Nothing's not in here. Usually people send it through Messenger.
You don't have access to me on Facebook, so how can I send you?
I'm not on Facebook.
Well, then how you gonna get on Messenger, Easter?
Oh.
Messenger has to be connected to. It has to be connected to a Facebook account. You are on Facebook. You told me your name was sought after.
My name, let me see what it is. I don't know.
I just emailed it
Oh,
too.
let me see. It's under Christ Church.
That's your Facebook name?
Christ Church is, but it is sought after, but if you're looking for the heading, it's like Christ Church, Spirit and Truth. But my name under that is sought after.
Well,
Manhattan, New York.
well, I don't see any of it.
Well, it's okay, because I don't see it.
I just emailed it. Now what's the excuse?
I'm not making it. If you think I'm making an excuse, then it's no need to send it to me because you have no good intentions. I don't have to make excuses. I tell you, we have to stop all this evil thinking.
Easter, send it on. I mean, look at the picture now. It's in the email. I know you got it.
Okay, so now I see.
I'm so tired of this little difficult girl.
I'm trying to figure out what everything is.
You
This
need
is
your
the thing
glasses
that people
on.
sit under when they rich and they have grass on the top.
What?
This is what people sit under when they have grass on the top of it, poles on the side.
It's a cabana. It goes to like resorts, beaches. You know.
Okay, yeah, I see something laying here, but something have a heart on it,
Yeah.
and then it's a white, look like a mattress or something. Is
Yeah,
that
that's the
right?
bed that goes in there, and then the big fluffy pillow. And then when you go to the spa and get on the cabana, they have towels laying at the end for you to drape yourself. So I cut a heart out of my fabric and made the towel and put the heart on it because everything that I did with Core was made with love. And I said, oh, Jesus gave me that thought last night. I said, yes. I said, yes,
So
cute.
is that the blue water?
Yeah. So I'm making the pool. I actually cut the foam out like I was really cutting it out of the earth and put the little thing down in there. And now it had to dry last night, so I got one more coat to put on there, and then I got to go back through and make it real even and square. And then I wrote core on there with my hot gun, like the glue gun. And so that's the water gonna say core, and that's gonna be so pretty. And so yeah, it's gonna be really cute. And so I'm gonna put the lawn chairs. What you see, the two chairs, they're gonna sit all around the pool.
So
Eastern.
are you gonna put real water in there and then have core being at the bottom of the clear water that you could just see it?
No, it's gonna be the paint that's gonna say core, and the blue I'm gonna texturize that so it'll have ripples in it like water. Because this is a an actual community project that has to go out for show and tell. So once I do it, I think like you did that I should launch it and that I should, start getting donations and everything. But I
And you
definitely
should just have people come to see it. You should have it in a museum or somewhere.
it looks so good. I did all the flowers, the outside of the fence. I did like everything, and I'm really thinking that what I need to do to push this. I'm so good with giving everybody else ideas about their projects, and I need to do it for myself. And what I need to do with this is go ahead and get it like really finished, perfect. Get some professional photos took of it, and then from there,
That's a prototype. So what you
right?
need
It's
to do,
exactly. Yeah, she got it.
yeah, so what you would need to do is give it to the next layer that they can actually model it. You need a model of the prototype.
Well, this is it. It's called a scale model.
Right, but being that scale model and you're just a regular, you are the creator of it, but you want to move it to the next level that creates what you created in a place where it's going to look like how when they lay out a community, when they lay out apartments, they scale it and then they give it to the next create a model prototype of it and then they take it to executives that will give money for it.
Yeah. Well, I thought that's what this was, because that's
But
what.
they wouldn't take that like that because they're yours is good to you, but to a executive or an investor, they want to see the professional picture of it.
Okay.
So a person that creates like you, but on a top scale, will
Well,
take that and
I called
you'll
one.
see it like it look in your mind.
See, they don't have it, and when you get the professional scale models, they don't do all of the decorations and stuff that I got. But when I called a man to do it, because those are very expensive, when I called a man to do it, he never even responded. He didn't even call me back. And so
Why?
I guess he felt like she's black and she ain't got no money. Because these cost like, I looked at one on TV and the man was paying 100,000 for it. Like they're not cheap at all. And I guess
What
some
are they called?
scale models, scale models.
So,
And so, like the bank, when the bank made their bank, like you said, they took it and they went and they told somebody they took the architectural drawings. That's what it is. You taking those to you get an architect to draw your plan out, and then you take the plan to the scale model person, and they build it from what the architect has drew, and then you come back and pick that up. But when I called him and I emailed him my drawings of it, I guess he felt that I wasn't, you know, professional enough. But nope, he didn't call me back or anything. And I know that he could understand because, I'm not an architect, but you could see what I was trying to create from the plan. And I can draw. So you could definitely make it out. He just didn't want to because he looked at it and probably said, I'm not gonna waste my time.
oh,
She
you
don't
sent it to him?
I sent him the layout. You have to because you gotta get their estimate.
Well, then he probably didn't send it back because he just probably gonna try to do it on his own.
Mm-mm. It ain't that. It's just that he just literally probably said she don't have the money that I'm looking for, and because they're not cheap. Like I was looking for, maybe to either be on a payment plan with it, or just depending on what the price was, just to do a start, maybe get piece of it built at a time. But he didn't call back or nothing. So I started it on my own.
So
So
it says you could build them out of plastic, wood, metal, glue, paint. These are different materials, decals. These are the different materials
yeah,
that
but
people
if
could build.
when they do theirs, they're like all gray or whatever color you want them to be. They're the professional way, but I like mine because mine I feel like will be more um more like you would be more interested because it has all the color, because you can actually see, and because I did it on my own. and
So
and
what are you um, looking for the people to? What is the total amount needed to get core off the ground or out of the sky? But you said you're gonna start asking for donations. So being that said, if you gave your story and gave where your why came from, people can understand that. And I think if you have that along with your story, you'll get the money. You'll get the money because it has a why behind it, and people are like, oh my gosh. And you said, and this is where core was birthed. And you just start telling your story. It doesn't matter if you see the investors; they're gonna come.
I know the
But
lady told me. The lady told me in the car yesterday it was the most beautiful thing she ever heard. I know it's good because the white man in California they always it's recorded. I'm recorded going in there, and see I want that recording back. See that'll play for the investors to let them know I didn't go to nobody poor. East I even took it to a Chinese man, and the Chinese man said it's good. I don't want around me. That's what he said. Don't put the black people around me. And I wanted to say, but we bought all your chicken wings, and you talking about don't put around you. But yeah, the Chinese man. When I went and took it to California, the mayor said that is a beautiful plan. He sent the captain after me and said, where did you get that plan from? Whose is it? And I said, it's mine. And he said, what the mayor said, what are you gonna do with that? He said, it's wonderful. Can we have a copy? I said, sure, and I gave it to him. So
I wouldn't have gave it to them. They gonna build it, so they already gonna do it.
the man, they can't do it like me though. You can't do it. You
But it
can't.
doesn't matter. They got it from you, and the thing is, you need to be signature on it. I mean, like if you tell your story, you show your model. No matter if it's to their liking or not, you come on with your model. This is what I'm trying to do. because there is an opening for, like, my life, what it was. And this is what I would have liked to see, and God gave me this. You got a story, you got a model, and you got a testimony, and people will come and pay.
Right. And so
But
I think
if you're just telling people to see what they say, any of those 50, 60 people that you said could get an investor and do it.
everybody clapped when I was at the city council. Everybody did. Fire department was there. Private investors was there. The city manager was there. The county manager was there. Everybody clapped everybody did. So that they said it was.
All of the people who clapped, you need to go and tell them to invest.
Well, what my plan was, okay, back to your original
That's
question.
clapping for yourself.
Back to your original question. This is where you have that data that I got stored, that I got, make sure I still got it because I had it. But what you need to, what I'm thinking for one location, one, see, this is national. You're not thinking small. And everything about this plan is my own patent, all the way down to the furniture and the design. It's not anything that anybody else has. All the way down to the system that goes into the apartments. Because you can move into these homes 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm making sure that if you homeless, you got somewhere to go. No matter where you at, no matter what state. So let's say to start out with Georgia, that's my home state. I need money for the land. I need money for the homes are going to be donated. Then I need money to get the ground, all the pipings and stuff done. So I would say about 5 to 10 million for one location. That's one. All of my workers are going to be interns and people that work for the community. So I might have to go and put a real doctor on board, and or a CP or what do you call them? The what do you call them? Not CPA. Um, Whatever, the licensed practitioner. I might have to put one of those on board, or I might outsource that to the hospital. But other than that, for just the community, for one, I'm thinking the largest part of that is going to be the land. It's not even going to be the stuff, because the Lord told me people will donate the homes, and He's right. Um, when I was started doing the research in California, they told me I was right, that Home Depot, Lowe's, and Amazon would donate the homes to me, each one in those states. So if I went to Augusta, Georgia, and I reached out to Home Depot and say I need 10 tiny homes, they'll say okay, or give me the rate at a, for my, my business, give me a business rate on them. They're only like $2,000 or $3,000 a piece. But I really want to customize mine because I want them modern. Everything that is in the home is my own idea. Now, the homes that you see on the plan are not, but they were the closest.
Hold on, Chris. This is Alana. Hold on.
Oh, here we go. Woo.
didn't even take long.
Okay, so I'm thinking for the land, and I really don't even want to hire a company.
You need to type all that out.
I already have that done. I already did that.
No.
Um, I don't want to, I want this to be a community project. I want this to be a big thing on the news. The way that I had it all done, all of my research, everything, this is a big deal. So we break ground and we put up a sign that says core housing coming soon. And then we get all the tiny homes brought in.
I'm telling you, Chris, they got it going down here.
You sound.
That's what's make me mad. They put it tiny homes community, girl.
They ain't mine, and they ain't
It
doing
is
it the way
yours. It
God
came from you.
said.
Nobody thought about it until you started talking about it.
I know it, because it's a brilliant idea, and God gave it
But
to me.
what I'm saying is you're lost in the sauce if you not nowhere on it.
Easter, they can't do what I'm doing because they don't. You're not gonna know. Even if somebody told you to plan, God will frustrate your enemies. And the simplest thing you want.
It's if they stole it from you, but if you telling it freely, you giving it away. Like Jesus gave the word away.
You still can't do it.
You can work that word because he gave it to us, and we can work it because he gave it freely. Now you have gotten that freely, and you're going to tell people freely, so they have the freedom to work it, and their own imagination gonna come in.
It ain't gonna work because it's not. It's still not gonna
It
be.
will work. It's not
It's
only
still when everybody that done started that trying to do that done failed at it because you can't. Number
So
one,
then that means that you're saying you're the only one.
when I'm
That's not
saying
true.
that, okay, listen to what I'm saying. If you only do core in parts, it ain't gonna work. It's a beautiful plan.
That's what
Wait,
you see.
no, I'm giving you. Okay, look, let me give you an example. California, they said somebody got the little tiny homes down there in California. I came up with my idea. Next thing you know, these little bathrooms popping up. They not even doing. People got them, but there's not no plan to it. So it's
They
nothing.
don't know the plan, and that's okay. I understand what you're saying, but you're leaking this information instead of doing it as a whole, being quiet, going to an investor. God will put you in the face of those who you need to be put in, but you're leaking it to thieves, and they're coming out with their imagination and saying, okay, so we can do it like this because they got the writing. All they got to do is read. They have an imagination too.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I didn't tell you when I was staying at the house in California, and that pastor came and I recorded myself. I'm so glad I recorded myself talking to him, and because I just knew he was an alcoholic with them blood red eyes. I knew something told me not to trust him. So I said, he said, yeah. So, Cheryl was telling me you got a real good idea. And I said, yeah. And he said, you got that plan here? And I said, yeah. And he said, wow. He said, I got somebody to write. And he started telling me. And he said that he was going to get somebody that I could go in the front of. He said, so anytime I came to get you, you ready to pitch that idea. And he said, because I got somebody right now that'll give $136 million for that. And he said, I'm gonna be in touch with you, girl. When I tried to go back and get my some told me go and put your SD card up with that file on there. And when I went, Cheryl said Pastor Patton said that he really liked your idea and he gonna come back and say something to you about it. You want to take my idea. But if you ever come out with anything like it, what I want you to know is that conversation was recorded and I duplicated it so many times, I will sue the mess out of you. Because I'm in there talking to him, telling him what it is. What you said? I'm in there talking to him, telling him what it is. But I really don't, seriously, I don't, maybe it's naivety or, I just don't really be paying attention to that. I just do what God put in my heart. plenty of people out there. You gotta believe in what God gave you. When the man that owned, wait a minute, let me give you this example. Listen, listen, and listen. You listen to what I'm trying to tell you. When that man that came up with Cadillac came out with that car and he put it out, they ain't tell him that somebody went and bought it. They wasn't gonna go in Cadillac and say, we need to see what's under that hood. They went and bought it. And they took it home and they looked all under it and they took it apart and they came out with Buick. That's what I'm trying to say. So just like every time Cadillac come out, and it could have been vice versa. Buick came out and then Cadillac did it. You're gonna always have somebody trying to see what it is.
But Cadillac made money first. He did not go out there saying, yeah, and I got this brand and it's called Cadillac. No, that's a foolish person.
Well, I'm talking to you.
I know, but you've talked to millions already. You don't need to talk with one. There's one person with money, and then say, and they'll say, go ahead and take 130,000. Get me. They did Charles Ingalls like that on Little House on the Prairie. He was making tables, put his initials on the table, and the man came and said he doing it the hard way. Bought one of them tables, took that table loose. That's where that Cadillac man got that from. Took it loose and saw how he could remake it for cheap. And they mass produced Charles Ingalls tables. I said, Lord, these some evil folk. And he wasn't getting nothing out of it. What took him all day to do? They could mass produce that model. What you doing?
That's what it needs to be done. It's a national plan. It's not local. It's national. I need.
Go ahead and keep telling everybody.
No, I'm just saying. That is the plan. It steps to this. You're supposed to get your ordinances changed. You're supposed to get the bill signed. You're supposed to do all of that. It's not just a business of putting up tiny homes. This is structure. This is changing.
Well, Chris, you have already told them, so it will soon be here.
Yeah, from me, not from nobody else.
But you don't have the finances.
God does, girl.
If you know that God does, you wouldn't be out telling you, girl, you ain't got this. I know what you saying. You saying God got, okay, if God got it, then you'll wait on him. You won't tell nobody what you got.
I'm talking about it. I'm telling you.
But when you get in front of the right people, and then they'll say, it could be God sent you somewhere, you get in front of a prophet or something. They say, you got an idea that God has given you, and you've been sitting on it for some years now. The Lord gonna send you to a man, and that man gonna talk, and when he start talking, the Lord gonna open up your ears, and you gonna hear what he's saying, and God say, reveal it to him. When you reveal it to him, the man gonna write you a check, and you gonna start.
I already seen it. It was a blank check. A white man gave it to me, and said, "Do whatever you want to do with it." And he gave it to me, and it was blank. I dreamed it.
Now, how I know you dreamed it?
I dreamed it. It ain't have no. He told me whatever it is. See, it ain't just no tiny homes. That tiny home is patented because it's ideas from the electric system to the pads that go on there to the app that I designed to go with it. All of that is a system. So you could take the tiny home thing. It ain't gonna work like mine.
Somebody had an idea for tiny homes. They built it.
It's not that. It's not.
What happened was, no, it's not just the tiny home. But what happened was somebody may have rolled by the place that sells the trailer homes and all that, or just the little storage homes that go in the back. And right then and there, idea came.
What mine came from was I was in California, and Gavin Newsom, with his fine self, is the governor of California. And he said he had a plan for $8 billion. And God had gave me a dream about him. I didn't even know who he was. So God told me he's going to be the president. And so I said, who is that? So I Googled him. And so sure enough, he got political ties. So I found out he was the governor, and then I read into what he had to say about the homeless people. Because in California, homelessness is a real big deal. People pee and book on the street, Easter, in broad daylight in front of your face. So that's how bad it is. Because they don't let them go to stores anymore. If you ain't got no money in California, you can't go in the store. So people gotta go to the bathroom somewhere, so they go outside. So it's a real big deal because homelessness, people, businesses come in and they have to clean up pee and all that kind of stuff outside their restaurants. So they be real mad. So long story short, Governor Newsom said that it was going to take him $8 billion to fix it, and that he wanted, I think he wanted that a year or something like that. But that's what he wanted to do. And I could be off a little bit with my numbers, but it was a lot. Long story short, I prayed and I told the Lord, He's waiting to get this money, but we need somewhere to go now. And that's when that plan came. God gave it to me. And it was core. And so I put the whole thing together and said, if you just put apartments together with affordable housing and get people off the street, that's not going to work for the simple fact of they're going to leave it eventually because they don't have the education, they don't have the resources, and they don't have the finances. So you're going to be making a plan, leaving the back door open. Core is at it closes the back door. It has no um, uh, disadvantages to it because what I'm doing is I'm fixing the person at the core. I'm taking them as they are, and I have put a plan around them with a system in place to direct them within that system everywhere that they need to be. So if it's alcohol, if it's drugs, if it's family, whatever it is, your needs are met here. Now, where did you get that idea? God. When we turn to God, all of our needs are met. Come on, according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. So when you come to core, you as if you came to the Lord. This system was built by the Lord. So I'm not saying, okay, we're going to pay your rent for 3 months and after that you're on your own. We're not going to waste money like that. And that's what these other companies are doing, wasting money. Just giving them vouchers and they ain't got no education. They ain't got no job. Why are you giving them money? They're going to crack it up. They're going to drink it up. Look at Sharon. Prime example is waiting and in need of core. Why? Nowhere to go. All of that wisdom and sense, we would take her in and find out she's a paralegal. Okay, well, you could sit with our attorneys and work with them every day. That's giving her a job. Something that she likes to do, giving her a place to live, but not letting her abuse the system.
I understand.
So that's what core does. I told that lady the other day, she said that is the most beautiful idea I ever heard. And then
You're telling it for praises.
oh whatever. You never know who's sitting in the back of that car. You never know.
Because I'm just saying, if you're telling it to everybody, and it's that is just a wonderful, and you're getting pleasure, then you're not doing it the right way. You just want glory.
I'm excited to have somebody to talk to and
I
have
know
somebody
that's
tell
how I
about
be
my idea.
sometimes. But if God told you to do something, you'll be about the business. You're not trying to get no glory for it. If they ain't got nothing to offer, you ain't got nothing to say. Because you're trying to get it out. Because if you don't do it, it'll pass to someone else to do it. Because they're getting it done if it's what God advised you to do. But
They won't be getting this.
There, he knows you have the knowledge skills, and if you have the knowledge skill, you're gonna go to the certain person. He's gonna put you in touch with him. You're not gonna just give up information just to give it, just to have a conversation. No, because no glory came to God. Just saying, God gave me that, and I gave it to the mayor in New York. Okay, and what happened? finish that, then the next step will come to you. And that's what you do. But in the meantime, I wouldn't talk about that because it's an unfinished work.
Well,
I'm just saying what I'm saying.
what I wanted to do. This is what I saw right now. To finish my thing and go ahead and start writing up the brochure. I mean, when you start passing it out. See, people like to give anonymously, especially rich people. They don't like, believe it or not, they don't like putting their name on everything. Not until they see, because rich people work by what other rich people do. And so that's why the communities is be so small. The social clubs is so small because they work in networks. So what I wanted to do was continue to put it together, to continue to get it built, and then from there have my brochures done, start passing them out, start advocating for it, and start getting the donations in, and then start the uphill battle of getting it recognized and getting signatures. Signatures is
Well,
what.
why would it be an uphill battle?
Because when you talk about getting into homelessness and getting bills passed and all of that, and you black, people really don't like people in that area.
Matter. If God told you to do it, it's not an uphill battle.
You can't say that. Easter, that's not biblical.
It doesn't have to be biblical, it's right.
It is not right. Oh, this is why I've listened to that message so many times. When the two men,
just do it. Just start the uphill battle. Battle on.
you can't say that. Jesus died on the cross for us, and that was an uphill battle.
That was his assignment.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't mean that what God.
He has already done made the way.
Oh, girl, we need to definitely have this Bible study. People would be saying, I agree with her. Easter, just because God told I'm going to use Moses. I ain't even going to use Sarah Jakes. I'm going to use Moses. God told Moses over and over and over and over again what to tell those people. They was hard-headed. And Moses got tired of them.
Were chosen to do that.
Oh.
Harden Pharaoh's heart.
I'm not talking about Pharaoh. I'm talking about Moses.
Moses had to endure with Pharaoh. So if you talk about Moses, you got to talk about Pharaoh.
So then why did God tell Pharaoh? Why did God tell Moses, okay, I'm not going to let you into the promised land?
He's not going to do what?
Why did God tell Moses, I'm not going to let you into the promised land?
Because he hit the rock.
And why did he hit the rock?
Only God knows that. I'm not judging him. He's whatever.
You do know why he hit the rock. He hit the rock because they got on his nerves.
Well, whatever you say. What am I having this conversation for?
This is a biblical.
Whatever.
This is a biblical study. It's not an argument.
No, it's not. It's about the uphill battle that you said you was having.
I don't think that you're just going to walk into a senator's office and say, it doesn't work like that, Easter. You have to.
So then you're not going to walk into the senator's office and it's not going to do it, okay?
Now, what you do is you get signatures and you get people to sign. Just like you know all of the stuff to your music, to get BMIs, you know all of that stuff. Nobody told you that. You just know because God has put in that information in you. So that's how I sound would be telling you, Easter, I don't think you need to put the barcode on this or that. I'm not educated in that because God has gifted you to write those songs.
Why are you telling them to just go and do it?
The same way when you talk to me and you say, yeah, okay.
I don't tell you any of that.
Oh, girl, whatever. You said, and now I'm getting the BMI label done. And so this is what you do this, and this make you be able to play it on all channels. And so you got to have it 3 minutes long to 5. You know all of that stuff, point blank. Whether it's come from wisdom or whether it come from divine revelation from the Holy Spirit. When it comes down to getting laws changed and stuff passed, that is something that you have to do. It requires signatures and people that back you up. So when you go before a senator or whatever, you say, I got 50,000 signatures that says that they agree with me. That's how you get laws passed and bills changed. And then that's how you get into the seat where you're making something happen and then you're going before the city. See, the cities have money for stuff like this. The core isn't okay. I'm over it. I'm gonna do you the same way. Don't worry about it.
You're not doing me any kind of way. We have been on the phone 46 minutes.
Oh, when you have a song, when you have
So
a song.
it's not anything that satisfies. If you sit on your hour, she's still going when you say, okay, it's fine. It shouldn't be like that.
Okay.
Because
Okay. Okay, well, now. Okay, well, now.
yeah. So I just don't want you to work yourself up south.
Work myself up about what?
And like all the intricate details or getting the Senate to change the law. I don't know any of that. I don't know any of that.
So why can't I say that to you when I say,
You
oh,
have said it to me, and I still don't. You just told me that it's in contrast to how I be saying about BMI. You don't have the knowledge of that, so it's gonna sound foolish. So it ain't no.
but
sense
I
in
don't,
you telling
I
me
don't
that.
stop. But the difference in me and you is I can get wisdom from anything. You don't just because you're not knowledgeable in an area and you don't tell somebody, oh, that sounds foolish to me. You don't. That's rude.
You did just say that.
No, I did not. When
You
I
just said that is such foolishness. You don't understand. Yes, you did.
no, I didn't.
You
I
said
don't.
I need to call Cora Jakes.
I said I about what you said when you said, if God, I said just because God tell you to do something doesn't mean it's going to be easy. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy.
God is not. It's Christ is living, not you. So
Okay.
it ain't God telling you anything. He's already spoken through His Son. We say God, but it said yet not I but Christ lives in us. So nobody don't give acknowledgement to Christ. It's Him, and God is in Christ. You have to acknowledge the Son. But no, it ain't nothing wrong with it. I just was in the bed, but now I done got up, and I'm not finna work on them signs again because I had all that paper all over this floor, and I'm not finna do it.
When I got my stuff in here, I went to Hobby Lobby the other day and got me some trees. I be working on my stuff a little bit by little bit. I've been so happy lately to come home because I've been getting inspired while I'm at work. So I come home and work on it a little bit more and then get some rest, work on it a little bit more, get some rest. But I'll be really, really just happy about just having what God is showing me about it.
Well, good. I'm happy that you're happy.
Yeah.
So, with that said, let's see. Um, yeah, I had just talked to Alana. She had just got through cooking pork chops and rice, I guess.
Oh, she be cooking every day.
I don't know. She just may be happy to be in her home and having, going to do for her children. And, sometimes you get a happy moment. And you be happy to go home, happy to do what you're doing, like you say. I'm happy to work on my son. She happy to cook. You happy to do core. Uh, Brittany happy with her family, Tiff happy with hers. So we just let people be happy. I haven't spoken to one to Sheila. Let them be happy too, and Sharon.
She messaged today and she called while you was on the phone.
Oh,
Sharon did.
oh, yeah. So she called. You answered.
Wasn't I on the phone with you?
I don't know. I clicked over to top the line. You could have clicked over and said, "Hey, I'm calling you back," or text her. Maybe she was calling to see if you still wanted her to come. It's just a
When
phone.
I seen the text message, I wasn't uh that enthused. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. I prayed about it, but she called. Sharon like to do everything what she want to do with no observation to anybody else.
Well, if you wanted to come, you do. If you don't, you
She
don't.
said in her
But you can't say she can't feel the way she feel or think the way she think. She just thinking it's probably the fourth. Maybe it was a day late coming, and she just got it.
no, she didn't. She said she when she first said she was coming on the first. Now the first is
No checks don't come on the first. She get a SS. She get the Social Security. They come on the third.
she get her check on the first and was the 28th. I know that
And
was.
the third was yesterday, which was Sunday. They don't come on Sundays.
She got her check on the first. She had her money because she told me before then. And she said,
Okay, so if he got a check, he probably couldn't do nothing until Monday.
I got
If
my
you wanted to come, you do. If you don't, you don't. Don't be making her feel bad about it.
I'm not making anything. But I can't I can't take 2 days off of work. She
So
said
why
she
you gotta take off?
because she said she only wanna come and stay here for 2 days. So I don't
So
know.
how you taking 2 days off?
Where's she gonna be, East?
Okay. If she coming to visit you for 2 days, you if if you want her to be there, she says it's gonna be there 2 days, then you don't have to work all day.
I have my rent to pay. I got my car
Oh
note.
my Lord, people don't be wanting people to do stuff.
I don't care about what you say. You don't have no facts to support what you're saying.
Well, I have you. You saying, well, I'm not gonna take off 2 days.
When she originally said when we had the brief conversation, I mentioned something about us doing Instacart, things like that. I'm in a tight bunch this week. So that is
So who's doing Instacart? You?
I do Easter. That's not the point. The point was I was trying to find something that we could do together so to make money if she was gonna come here to stay. If she talking about coming here to visit for 2 days, it's an inopportune
Well,
time.
then you ain't really wanted to come. You want her to come and help you with your rent. Just tell the truth.
I don't like how you try to put words in my mouth, and I really don't care about it. Cause you're
I'm
not
just going
listening
by what you're
to.
telling
No,
me.
you're not. Coming to stay and coming to
I
visit is
know
two
those are
different
two
things.
different things.
That's two different things. Coming to stay means I'm making provision because this is something that I gotta do. Coming to visit,
You told me, well, I don't like her. She's not telling me she ain't got a phone, blah, 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 and I'm concerned about, okay. So now it's like, well, she said she coming. Well, I can't take off today. And that's just a change of mind.
I'm not gonna try to convince you of it. You think whatever you want to think. I'm trying to tell you what it is. You're not listening, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't have to get anybody to agree with me. This is not about that. It's not about picking sides and doing whatever. I don't have time for
Right.
distractions.
I'm just trying to get an understanding because you said, well, if she come and she want, I said, well, if she don't come, then that's up to her. I mean, just let people be. If you don't want her to come, she don't have to. Just stop bothering folks. When she wasn't calling you, saying, well, she need to call. Now she calling you, saying, stop calling me because I'm not taking 2 days off.
I didn't say that. And stop putting words in my mouth. Let her come visit you. Let her come visit you. You're retired. You have 2 bedrooms. Let her come visit you.
No, I'm not in that. You're not putting me in it.
And I'm not being that. You was on the same.
That was your thing.
You was the same one just on the phone to my Eastern Sharon is like the drums in your dreams. Don't let her come because it's loud noise. Now
You
you're.
told me your dream. That's why I don't talk to you. You are very, you put it as messy.
And you.
Sharon knows me. You know me too. So you're not going to take your dream and say, you the one said this drums that God hear you. And you're going to give an account. About lying and stretching the truth.
That is, I have not, that everything that I.
Just being real.
Everything that I said is exactly verbatim what you said. I ain't added, I ain't twisted nothing, unlike what you're doing.
That has nothing
You have not once said, well, Chris, if you got a lot of stuff you got to pay this week, and Sharon saying that she want to come visit just for 2 days, then maybe you should tell her to come after you get your stuff paid.
I'm not gonna tell you what to say.
Instead of saying, well, you shouldn't be calling it in. Don't call it no more. If you don't want somebody to come, you just don't want them to come.
That's why you're picking and choosing according to how you want it. Because you say, well, first thing says my rent bill. Okay, what do she got to do with that?
Because I try to explain to you every single time I talk to you. I go to work. And I get paid when I get off of work. Uber is not a 9 to 5 job. You don't get a pay stub. You don't get paid once a week. If you don't go drive nobody, there's no money to get. So if Sharon came and said, 2 days, I gotta have $900 in my account at the end of this week. If Sharon came and stayed 2 days, where is the money coming from? I won't have it.
Why you can't leave her there 2 days?
That is not happening.
Okay, so then that's the problem. And that's how it was with me. We don't trust one another to do that.
I'm not doing that. I come back and Sharon be done file a lawsuit on my rent office. No.
Well, then you just tell her when she called back. Tell her from your heart what you perceive, because it's got to be out of your heart.
It's nothing in my heart. But like I said, I got bills to pay this week. And she talking about coming to visit. This is not, it ain't that, I'm under stress right now to get my bills paid. So that is what it is. It's nothing else.
You're not under stress because you're speaking that over you.
Oh my God, you can be, oh, Jesus.
People don't want to hear about God.
Oh my goodness. You are so heavenly bound that you ain't no earthly good sometimes.
I'm earthly good, baby.
Oh my goodness.
It is no way you could be heavenly minded. That the Bible said have your mind on spirit. So now you wrong.
Okay.
You adopted that from this world. That
Oh Lord Jesus, these people right here. You tell them something.
And the Lord not listening to that.
You cannot. I have told you before your problem and all of the different things. Yes, you do. You are not relatable.
I am relatable to God.
And well, you gotta relate to people. The Bible even tells us to bear one another's burdens. Don't the Bible say that? To bear? I'm just asking you a question. Don't the Bible say? Well, if she come, we're gonna come down there and stay for 2 days.
I'm not even getting mad about stuff like that.
What is he getting mad about? What are you getting upset about?
Well, Chris, I'm gonna stay in my peace, the peace of God.
I asked you one question, seriously.
I'm not answering.
No, I'm just it's not about Sharon.
When you call, you are very confusing and confrontational.
Oh my goodness. I said, doesn't the Bible say bear one another's burdens? What does that mean? I'm just asking.
go back and lay down.
Well, you not gonna answer?
I'm finna get ready to get off the phone. You can hang up in my face if you want. You did it 2 times.
Well, love thinks no evil at all.
Say what?
Love thinks absolutely no evil at all.
Well, why are you thinking evil of Sharon?
What was evil to think about her?
What was evil that you're saying that I was thinking evil? So that means you know what evil is. So don't play. Be real from the heart.
I don't get it.
I know. But anyway, I think you need to go and rest and drink some water and relax.
I think you do too. You never.
I am. I'm gonna do just that.
Well,
I'm gonna do just that. Drink me some water and relax, and eat me a yogurt and watch Little House on the Prairie till I fall asleep. I'm not upset with anyone. I'm sorry that you got agitated about Cora. That's why you don't need to talk about it. You need to leave it.
girl, what are you talking about? You can't agitate me about my dreams, and you didn't agitate me. You don't have that power.
Those are things that I be telling you sometimes.
So now you get it. Now you get it back, because you can't tell me when I probably glad you told me that, because now ain't nothing agitated about me with Core. Core is beautiful and
No,
is
not
on
with that.
and is
I
on
know,
schedule.
And it is.
It is
But
and
what
is
I'm
on
saying is,
schedule.
when you're trying to talk about the intricate details and all, and it's just a lot, and then you just, when people don't, it's too long, and then.
That's because you don't care about nobody but yourself, Maxine. And
Okay,
so
well, I'm sorry
you only
feel
give
that way.
you only give people 15 minutes to talk about their life. But
I'm
you
sorry
haven't.
about that.
I want the Holy Spirit to reveal to you how many hours your
I'm sorry,
songs
you can't
and
control
and
the Holy Spirit.
it's not. It has nothing to do with that. And I'm not agitated and I'm not angry. But I just
I'm just telling you from what
I
I'm saying that if because we was on the phone 46 minutes, and that's the point where I said, well, I'm finna get ready to go and go to bed or whatever. That's the point. It turned because I understand.
nothing is turned and nothing is turned. I'm in the same. I'm in the same demeanor, the same attitude. Nothing has turned. There's nothing here. There's nothing here.
All right. I'm sorry about it.
Yeah, if you detecting a note, it's not from this side.
Oh, okay then. Well, I'm glad it isn't, because I definitely don't have.
Because I told you a while ago, I said I'm gonna take me a good bath, find me a good thing. I just had all these good things that was in the front of things that I was gonna do.
And I said it was so much information. You could that part. That's when I said, well, you could keep that part yourself. And I understand.
I don't know. Maybe we need a few more days not talking, because sometimes.
The rest of the year, you want a challenge?
Yeah, let's challenge and see who will go first before the next call.
Because God said He is not up with unforgiveness and all that hostility.
It's not that. It's not that. Seriously.
We're just gonna talk about Core for the rest of the year,
and you don't send no more pictures. I have 289,000 gigabytes of your photos. That's not arguing.
Yes, you do. You love to argue.
That's not arguing. I have 278,000 gigabytes of data from you. I have 495,000 of your photos in my phone. And they look at it, they're like, this is Easter's phone. No, it's not. That's my sister. It's not, none of that stuff is mine.
Because she takes everybody she calls.
No.
God don't get you for lying. You better stop lying.
You send all of this, your stuff.
All them tape recordings and all them writings.
You can say whatever you want to. You send all of your stuff, and you want, just be honest, you want praise and admiration every time. You want people to stop what they're doing and look at your stuff. Like you said yesterday, the other day when I was cooking, day before yesterday. You said, look at it. I perceive in the spirit. You didn't even look at it. Look at my fruit.
You
That's not anything going on. That's just the truth, Maxine, that when you lay down,
Just be quiet. Peace is good.
I
Just
want you to ask the Holy Spirit.
be quiet. I'm not asking nothing. I
Well,
don't care what you want.
he'll
You
reveal it to
always
you.
saying, I want the Holy Spirit to do that. I want you to do
And
that.
every time I ask the Lord to touch East and show her herself, you
and
text.
He touches you and shows you yourself.
You text and send a long text and say, "I'm sorry, Chris. Okay,
Well,
I
it
can."
won't happen today. Now I know what you be saying.
Okay. Well, you don't have to.
So you have a wonderful evening tonight. I'm happy. I mean, I'm so sad that you keep talking and can't stop.
Well, whatever.
I be like that sometimes.
It's nothing going on, Easter. You're not trying to make me agitated. We good
I'm
on
not,
this
I
side?
definitely not. I'm glad you're not thinking that because I'm sure not.
We're
You need to
definitely
think
not.
better. You need to have better thoughts.
I do. My thoughts are pure, as the Bible
Okay, if
says.
your thoughts are pure, you would think my thoughts are pure because you have to love me like Christ loved you. So you're not thinking correctly here.
Oh, and you are. All right.
I'm not saying I'm thinking correctly. I'm just trying to get you to go lay down and drink some water or something. You love to argue. I don't like that because I'm not an argumentative person. Mm-mm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good night.
Bye bye. I didn't have my phone hang up at all. She probably had Lana on the phone and was probably sending stuff to China, sending stuff to them African men, because my phone did not hang up. And every time I call her, she gets Lana on the phone. She's so annoying at times. Okay. Easter works with Georgia, and she likes to aggravate because if she aggravates me, they feel like I'll build myself. No, I just notate every time that I call you, Lana calls on the phone, and the law said that my name is Alana. It was a Mexican girl at Aurora, and it was a Mexican at the Greensboro, Washington, in Augusta, Georgia, in 2009 to 2010. So all Alana's is linked. And every time I call Easter, why is Lana the only one call you? And then so I had thought about it the other day when I mentioned mommy, Easter got mad. So I wanted to say, are you pretending to be my mother? Because every time I call you, Lana call you. And the girl that is up here that is pretending to be me said her mama live in Georgia. So are you pretending to be my mother? Because when I mentioned mommy, Easter got mad. I couldn't understand that. And why does Lana keep calling you every time I'm on the phone? Every single time Lana calls. I don't understand it. I'm just saying. But no, she's not going to aggravate me because I had plans to write green in my notebook tonight, and she ain't going to aggravate me. She only likes to talk about when she comes up with another business. She come up with her businesses, she lay the tracks for her businesses, and then after she say what the business is, what it done made, then she sends the file to my phone, and then that is it. And then she's really sending it to the SIM card, because all of these calls came in together. Her, Sharon, and Lana. That's all the problem. And she always be talking about, well, somebody else taking something and somebody done seen something. Well then, if you know that people see me and you sending all your stuff to me, then people seeing your stuff too. Because you can't take core, because core is more than a tiny home. As furniture, My mattresses that go in there are my own patented design. So there's never no bed bugs in all my mattresses. There's no um the way my furniture is made. It's like it comes out of the wall, like lets it down, lets up so you can have plenty of space. Everything that I did that God gave me is my own. She just gets angry because I only have one idea to talk about. I don't go from business idea to business ideas. I have bunches of ideas, but they be for somebody else. They're not mine. I consistently talk about core, and she consistently gets angry because it's not today a lawn service. Tomorrow I'm babysitting kids. To the next day is this. It's not that. I only have one idea that I talk about, one consistent thing, and I don't be going from thought to thought to thought to job to job to job. I consistently stay with one thing, and that's that's just it. But that's just like I don't have to explain myself. I've already explained it before in the nicest, most natural way that I could put it. I'm nervous about Sharon coming to stay with me for the simple fact of she's so happy. She's inquisitive when it comes down to people being outside and all that other stuff. I already have issues with the police, with people. I don't need Sharon's input, not at this moment. I already have my own stuff, and I know for a fact that they are making me her. So I don't want her behaviors to come in my house. All they need is 3 days. That's it. For her to take a bath, which she won't do, to use my bathroom, to be in there talking to herself, to not, I don't need none of that. Because I know they will take everything, all of her maladaptive behaviors, record them, and take AI and move me right into her clothes and everything. They already did that before when um when we went to Easter's house in Thanksgiving of 2023. They already went into that. Easter turned around and Sharon left her coat, all her stuff there at Easter house, got up and walked out. Easter pretended to put her out. She didn't come back no more. They took all of the stuff and she threw my stuff out and threw Sharon's stuff out with it to make it look like knowing good well that her coat and stuff wasn't mine. So I don't really want to play that game. Plus, I really seriously have gotten to a point. I've been very proud of myself the past 2 days. I've been to work. I only posted one time while I'm at work, yesterday and today. And that's just mainly because I'm so used to doing it. It's out of habit. But I'm very proud of myself. I'm very proud of myself that I've been quiet. I haven't been building as much. So I really don't want no setbacks. Plus, she said, I only want to come and stay for a couple of days. I can't let you come and physically upset my life at this moment, not this week. Maybe after I pay my rent, when I got some time off, then you could come for 2 days, but not 2 days at the beginning of the month. I don't want nothing tied to your SIM card. You don't know what I be trying to convey to people. It doesn't have anything to do. Let's just take the police and the law out of it so that I don't have to have no trunks popped and all lined up when I go out tomorrow. Because they just think that this is a straight car show. They just, when they see me coming, everybody just back up on the side of the road and pop their trunks. I'm just so over that. When I create this new design for this Honda that I'm making and for this Toyota, you will not be able to put nobody in them trunks. Because I'm just sick of that whole process. So, um, when she you don't know who is in the back of these SIM cards because this stupid phone is not telling you that your SIM card is on another device, on another carrier's network. That's what this phone, that's the ding, 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 aha moment that I am intelligent enough I could go before the FTC and say, did you know that this phone does not tell you when somebody using your SIM card? Well, then they're gonna say, how would the person get your SIM card? I'm so glad you asked. T-Mobile, Cricket, AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, they are not making your um, um, IMEI number private. So when you go to activate your phone, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen to make those 16-digit numbers open and available. And your SIM card is electronic and it's also visible. So they take that information and go buy another phone. She has a razor. I'm going to go get a razor. She's with Metro PCS, so I'm going to go with Metro. I'm going to go with T-Mobile on the post side. And then they just turn it on, put another SIM card to it, and voila, I'm you. And all of your information is going to go to two places. And nobody, Google, is not sophisticated enough to say, wait a minute, the robot, again, is only trained to look one way and receive data from two different ways. So when they go and put this information in and she's saying, well, I'm going to call you, this not, I don't know who's in the back of your SIM card. I can't have you coming in my house at this moment and you access my Wi-Fi. Well, Chris, I didn't get on your Wi-Fi. You might have not, but the person that's on your SIM card will. And I don't need your IP address on my network. I'm sorry. That's a lot to take in, but I'm not in a regular situation right now. I get threatened to be killed every single day I leave this house. And for the last couple of days, they have been a lot better because I haven't said anything, hadn't wrote a whole lot, hadn't been posting very much. So I've been very, very, very good. And that's just the devil in Easter and the devil in Sharon that want to aggravate because they don't like it when I'm at a peaceful point. It was the devil with the Allstate, with the Geico bill, want to aggravate, knowing that that lady knew, because she was a demon. She knew if I tell her 581, Crystal is good with numbers, and she's going to take that number and she's going to find the other number that go with it. She knew that. So she aggravated. I'm going to tell her 581, 581, 581. You knew I was going to take that number and link it to my rent. And you knew I was going to build it. And you knew that these people been threatening my life all day. You knew that. So you don't want me to have no peace. So I'm going to have the peace. When I woke up this morning, the very first message I got, I don't care where it came from. The Bible says all good things are from the Lord. When I opened my eyes this morning, the very first thing came on that TV was, be obedient and you will be very rich. That's my word for the day. I don't care about nothing else. I don't want to hear about nothing else. It doesn't matter about nothing else. If they come and they build all the drugs around me, they won't. We will deal with it when they come and put my ass in jail. If not, I want to enjoy my life, period. I don't want to build anything. I'm building green because when I go out now, it is all kind of people out here with tags, buses, cars, all kind of stuff. Somewhere in the universe, I don't went viral. Because if not, I looked at it today. Look how many tags you getting. Look how many messages you're getting. Somewhere in the universe, you don't went viral. You're not going to be viral like Beyonce viral because you talking about a situation that nobody don't want to know that you're talking about. So you're not going to come out like that. But do people know you like that? Yes. So I don't want to have anything else to say. I'm tired. I've been today, yesterday, and Sunday have been some of the best days of my life because in a long time, ever since I prayed with Joel Austin, Seeds of Greatness, it's been some of the best days of my life. So I don't want to talk about this other stuff. I don't care that she criticized court. You ain't even seen it. You ain't even looked at it. Everything that she say is critical. She don't ever have nothing to say. She don't ever have nothing to bless me with. I don't need you to bless me. But what I want you to know is I'm gonna do what all of them see. I'm gonna turn it around. I'm gonna turn this whole thing around because I got power in the name of Jesus. I'm gonna turn it all around on all my haters because all of them haters keep sitting there and wanting me to keep build myself and building myself because they want the people to keep threatening me. They like it. That's why they ain't let me stay with them. That's why they don't come and say, "Are you all right? You know, do you need anything?" They be anxiously waiting. We hope she get killed off because you posted about me and you said this. She got animosity and unforgiveness in her heart somewhere. So I'm gonna turn it around. And every time I talk to them, well, how you doing, girl? I'm living my best life. Cause literally, for real, on the whole nother side of things, I really am. Cause what the law did for me is I ain't even got my son to aggravate me. Yeah, I want to see my grandchildren, but I don't know if that would be a headache or not. I can't sit there and say that it would be the best day ever. I want to perceive that it'll be a Kardashian experience, but I don't know. I don't know. I ain't never had five grandchildren before. I don't know. It might get on my nerves. I might can't stand it. Then again, I might love it. But at the end of the day, will that cost money for me? That honestly, right now, I'm trying to get back on track. Yeah, it would, cause I want to spoil them. I want to take them. So I want to do my granddaughter hair. She would have pigtails down her back. What are you saying? And a cute, frilly pink dress on all day long. I'd be up in Dillard's buying stuff, cause I'm a Kardashian at heart. Ain't nobody finna make me feel bad about that. I like rich stuff, and I got some pretty granddaughters, and they would look rich. And you better not be outside playing and getting your knees dirty. That's what you're not gonna do because you're a girl and you're not gonna have no black knees. I don't have none. Ain't nobody in my family got none. We wasn't allowed to crawl on the floor and being no girl, getting no black knees. So I don't know what that would be like, but God has allowed me to be in this position. The man said it the other day, and it came in my spirit. You in this area because God, the man prophesied that on me when I was with Ketchup years ago from down there in Columbia, South Carolina. I forgot that man name. He's a little old man, and he getting married, and we went to church, and he laid his hands on me, and he said, "God got something for you. You don't understand where you at right now, but God is gonna do something in your life." And all of them different pastors done prophesied on me. And when that man Torrey Roberts said it the other day, God has you in this place for a reason. God know why you in this apartment by yourself. God know, God knows the anointing on my life, and I'm tired of my family trying to criticize me and make me feel like I'm not valuable and I'm not important. You have no idea of the white power that is following me. If you did, you would respect me. You would be hoping I would be quiet because you have no idea of the rich man that is watching me. And when I come out and I get quiet like I'm gonna do, and I get money, don't, 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 because I know for a fact, and every law official out here know for a fact that it is some rich men that is watching that black girl right there. That's what that man came in California and told me a long time ago. I don't know why, but you gotta be something. And I said, why you say that? And he said, you just gotta be, cause you just gotta be. He was saying what he couldn't say, what the Holy Spirit already revealed to me. What people forget that I know I can read these signals. And when I go out of this house at the end of the day, I thought about it today. I remind myself of a ball what the cats have that play with, and it's all messed up. That's what all of these signals look like to me when I go out here, because I be picking them up. It's a signal coming from here. It's a signal coming from here. It's a signal coming from here. It's a signal. I be picking them up. And them people be sitting there watching me to watch where she's picking up signals, and ain't nobody told me they there. That's the brilliance of this. And so when I be going out and then people say, how do she know that somebody in that truck and we ain't told her? So I don't have time to get into frivolous conversations like that just get me out my peace and get me out my mind. I'm finna go take this bath and I'm finna come in here and write. I might not even talk about my green today because I wanted to say this when I seen the message and I wanted to say it. God said in the Bible, in the Word, He gave the 12 disciples a job. Their job was to go out and go green. That's my word for it. But they was to go out to all the surrounding towns and cities and heal people, make resources, do whatever they need in the name of Jesus. That's what my job is. Everywhere I go, turn it green. If they don't want to hear it, Bible says shake the dust from their feet, from your feet, and move on. So I'm not here to try, oh well, this is an idea that can make you money and foster growth and development in community. If you don't want to hear it, I'll just be quiet. I don't have to say anything. But if somebody asks me, I'm immediately going before the Lord. Like I felt, and somebody asked me in Murfreesboro, turn it green. How do you bring some income here? Wealth. So I wrote it. I went and asked God. I can't do this on my own. I went and asked God, well, God, if we turn Murfreesboro green, what would that look like? I wrote it. He gave me a care plan. Less than 10 minutes later, boom, here comes all these ideas. And they were beautiful. They were beautiful. I was shocked that I got all of these ideas on what to do. See, one of the things that I want to say is when you have small counties like Murfreesboro, on that little part where I was today, where there's little factories and where there's, a few houses and it's just, your normal little small town. In those towns is where you build up and link to your bigger cities, if that make any sense, or bigger towns. And what that means is you have state and federal regulations that change there. Why? Because in that small area where I was today, to bring jobs there, you got to bring up the development. You can't just bring jobs. You got to have jobs and the development. So that means you got to touch on the areas of that environment. And that's going to be, you got to have entertainment. You're going to have your transportation system because you can't build jobs and don't build the transportation. See, this is where you take this county of where it is right now and it all comes up at one time. Why? Because you're building in multiple different places to make them connect. Remember, I said they'll hold hands. Because why? When you build the job, I'm building your transportation, they holding hands. So that I gave you a job and I gave you transportation. So that I gave you a resource without making an asset. Ha! Look at that. Without making a liability. Ha! Look at that. So, because you can go and take Bowling Green and build a wonderful community complex. But if you didn't put nothing else with it to hold its hand, to bridge it to the community, to foster growth and development, then you only thing you did is gave that person a job, but now I got a liability because I ain't got no way to get there. It's costing me too much. And the Uber gonna take this. So no, 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 no. So in an area that's small and far out like that, look at how far out I had to go. We don't do that in no Uber. We got a train that's running with that tunnel system. See, when I built that tunnel system in 2022, 23, I built it three different ways. See, that notebook is going to come back into play because the drawing has that tunnel three different ways and different parts, and it has an overhead because this is a multi-trillion dollar, bazillion dollar system here that we're running and that we're building so that everybody has a sufficient way to travel back and forth using natural resources that doesn't stop in the event of an act of God. So what we're doing is we're taking in a small area like that, we're building it up. So let's say for the sake of this, let me give an example. Let's say we're trying to build jobs. So then what we're doing is we're assessing the environment. You can't just build jobs. You gotta look at what kind of people you got there to know what kind of intel and kind of jobs you need to bring. You don't need to bring a bunch of engineering jobs if ain't nobody got the degrees to have the job. So you got to build the job, and then you got to build the job according to the environment. So you have to build the job, and you have to build the environment. So if we build the environment based on the job, where are we with a wage? What are we looking at here? We're looking at 25 to 27 bucks an hour. People are excited. They're excited. We're doing 25 to $27 an hour. We're doing education. We're doing transportation to get you there. Because, see, that's where the train comes in. All right? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is AI. I don't need nobody running that. But I could to build more jobs. But if I just did AI, I don't need nobody running that. And it's taking you smack dab into downtown at the stadium, crossing over, and then going out northeast, Bradley Park, going all over. We're making money here, but we're making sense. So then we take the jobs. What kind of jobs are we bringing? Well, number one, we have, no affordable housing. I didn't really see anything. So we're going to need some builders for that. We're going to need some developers. We're going to need family entertainment, that whole little field out there that just like with the open thing. I thought of it and really looked cute. It would be cute as core. But I also thought they need to take the whole thing and do like an artificial intelligent drive-in, robotics out there. We can do an autoplex, like an AI plex, like mall right there. And we could do artificial intelligent, what do you call it? What do you call that thing? Aquatics, artificial intelligent aquatic center. We can do that. See, that brings your people from all over. So now they're coming in with Broadway. They got more to do than just drink. We're going to the aquatic center with AI. They got AI. You could be on a boat in the inside and do all this other stuff, and it's AI in there. You can make the coolest things. We got the, robotic skates and all this other kind of stuff. Cool stuff that's going to get the young kids to thinking. We need to get them off of drugs into thinking about what the future is. So they're learning and entertaining themselves. Okay? So we have that. We're building that. We got skating rings. We got the little helidrones. That's cute. We need to get people used to hovering. Getting the used to being in the air, flying, getting used to technology. Again, thinking. When people think and can have fun and relax, what do? They create. Look at me. When I have really good days, I come home and I go green. And that's because when you're in a really good mood, you relax and all these ideas start to come and they start to form. Well, the same with people. So you turn everything, you turn them green by fixing the issues in your community. So we bring jobs there. We, fix the roads. That brings jobs. Bringing the helidrones. That brings jobs. Bringing core there. That brings jobs. Getting people registered for, I don't know, the green DMV. That can bring jobs. But all of the different places that we build is bringing jobs. Everyone. The Helidrones is a factory, so that's bringing jobs. The community entertainment plex, that is bringing jobs. Why? Because you need all these people to run the different departments that is within the complex, the fun zone. You need people to run them. So that is bringing jobs. And these jobs are good paying jobs. Why? Because they need a level of education, you know, to do the job. And so we want to pay them and give them the education that they need. So the next thing we want to do, let me see. Let me get my notebook really quick. Now I gotta go take a bath because my bath water is in there waiting on me. And I actually have more than this. So Murfreesboro is government, state and federal government, healthcare jobs. That's what I saw. Healthcare jobs. Getting people signed up for healthcare, putting artificial intelligent healthcare systems in place. See, when people are rural and out like that, or without a whole lot around, you gotta look at what restaurants are around. What are their eating habits? Are they healthy? How are they getting back and forth to their doctors? See, we want to build to like draw over issues. And so what we want to do is put healthy food choices. I've got fed right here on my list. Fed, FED. I came up with that in California, and that is one of the places that it came to put it. That's the first one that I saw in Nashville. And so that is giving people healthier choices in their food so that you're not just going to McDonald's and stuff like that because you don't have a car. So it's putting education, healthcare, transportation, uh, jobs in place. Rehab is definitely needed in that area. A library with learning labs, artificial intelligent learning labs and studios. We need a new futuristic library. I mean, something like you can't ever imagine. You just go in and speak to it and watch your book come off the shelf, go on the thing, and come on down to you. We need next level. Think outside of the entire box. 6D printing, you name it, it's in there. We need that. And we need senior development. These senior citizens, I picked up two today. They're going to the doctors. They're paying for these Ubers or their insurances. And then what they're doing is they are going to get medicine and they are going to the grocery store. This is just major. And I think these insurance companies need to rethink this process because in the event, let's take the man today. Let's take the man today. Um, well, we don't need to use his name. Let's take him. He gets out of the car. He has a walker, and he falls. Who's the attorney gonna sue? Because they're first gonna say, why did the insurance company call you an Uber knowing that you had a walking impairment, that your leg was bad, that it wasn't moving? why did they call you an Uber? So they're going to get sued first for neglect because they're going to say you knew that he was not able to do that. So he should have had a medical assistant, someone medically in link to take you where you needed to go to to absorb that liability from Uber. See, Uber is not saying anything to these people that's letting them get in there with these things. That is not good for Uber because if they fall, they are going to get an attorney. So that does not need to happen. What needs to happen is we need to build and develop. So I saw the old man today. I came up with angel care a while ago. So I'm going to expand it. I'm going to build a senior luxury community. And so let me do this really fast, and then I'm going to go and get in the tub. So I'm going to take a senior community, and I'm going to build it. I should have been watching my car the whole time Easter was on that phone. Okay, so I'm going to take this and build this senior community, and then I really got to go get in the tub. So let me write down that I'm at home. All right, so if we did senior development, all right, let's say we did, this would go under affordable housing. And we could do this as um, we want a market, we want a pharmacy, and we're going to do this AI because if we want this to be affordable housing with real luxury as what it needs, we can't afford to put people in the pharmacy. So these scripts are going to be received electronically only from a doctor, no paper scripts, no call ins, no nothing. This is strictly system to system, and you go in and they're ready and they come up to your apartment. So we're going to put in a chute. So your doctor sends it in, it fills it, and then it's out. And then it comes up through your airmail system, and you get your pharmacy and your medicine that way. Can't afford to put anybody in there to work. You know, maybe one person to oversee it, but can't afford to put anybody in there to work because the system costs too much money to start up. So all that way, all of the money coming in from the pharmacies, all of that from the medicine, people picking it up, that money just all goes back as residual income, and the system is just running itself. So we need a market there, and that market is also AI. We don't need anybody in there either. That way they can get what they need from the store and have the robot bring it up. We need vehicles, auto drones, my own thing that I made a while ago. We need to implement that there. That's like a pretty much an AI shuttle that takes them on outside excursions up to a couple of miles, free. That comes with their housing. We need to give them. I want to say I'm trying to say how I want to say this with their power bill, but we want to build this. Uh, we want to build green for power. I'm just going to put that. And then the next thing we want to do is we already know we'll do. We can't do each apartment with my Samsung washer and dryer, but we can do a washer and dryer like sub laundry in there, and we can put about 5 to 6 Samsung units in there, and that way they have a laundry care system that's on site. And then we want to put in um, um, I want to call them clinipads, clinician pads, and this is for them to communicate with their doctors if they need to. This is also for them to have access to emergency care. And then I want to implement um, my AI clinics. I want them to have that there. See, this is what we need to do. When I was thinking about that man the other day that was in the car that was doing pharmacy physician compensation, I was thinking about his job and where he is in the future and where that plan is. And with old people, they will probably be the biggest drawback to the evolution of healthcare because they are not computer inclined. So, what we'll need to do is start with them simple. They'll go down, they can get their blood pressures read, they can get their heart monitored, they can, get a stress test, they can get little things done that is inside of this so that we can cut down on the insurance uh, trips. We can give them their pads and have, because you're eventually your health care is going to turn into nothing more than you having a pad, and that pad is going to come with device that's going to come with cords, and these cords hook to your device, and this is what is reading your data, and this is also being sent over to your doctor. So in the event you need a doctor, you're not getting on the phone and calling Dr. Coonsnatcham and saying, I need to see you. You are going to your pad first, communicate, and then choosing if if you're needing to go somewhere else. And this is where the government wants to go, because eventually you're cutting down a lot of money that is being right now spent out. So if we had, you know, good quality health care, that's what this would look like. Because Dr. Coonsnatcham is only going to spend 3 to 5 minutes with that old person or with the young person. But the computer is not on a time scale, and it can take 50,000 people at one time. Dr. Coonsnatcham can't. He's under human, you know, liabilities and restraints and time schedules and all of this stuff, and he's going to get fatigued. But the computer is not. So the computer, we take the computer and we hook it up and we put on our bands or we do whatever and put on our wrist or put it right here, and then we hook up and then open our app and sit still and just reading everything. And so eventually you're going to have more to be read because you're going to get more done. I told you, eventually you want to go to a medical design. And that is where the evolution comes, because you want to get into what it's really like to know what's going on in your body at all times. This is where preventative care evolves. This is when we all see the sky opening in a way, in a sense. This is when we see the beauty of the Lord and his creations and what he has allowed us to have here on earth using science. So preventative care is not waiting to get a disease. You can know in real time. Early detection is nothing more than the ability to see the disease form in your body as it is. This is early detection. This is the simplest form of that. So we take early detection and we put it to a code, a system, and color. We detect it within our bodies and we can see it. And if we can see it, we can move it. This is where we are with medicine and science. This is what we're doing. So, understanding early detection, what that means, how we do this, what do we build, what do we do. This says, let me see how I can say it. Earlier today in the car, I said, what's going to happen is the guy that I pitched this senior development community to, at first, he's going to say, I ain't interested in working with a bunch of old people. I don't want that. I got something for you that you are interested in. What he is interested in is the health care. Because all of them are going to need the health care. That health care comes with this device. That device he can sell anywhere. All of a sudden, ha! He's interested. I want it. I know you did. I know you did. I thought about you when I did it. So when I thought it, I said, he wants it. Yeah, because the clinic has a device. So now, all of a sudden, even if I don't have those those homes, I own all the rights and the patents to the device that I bought from Crystal. So I take all of the devices, and I sell them all over the place to hospitals, to the law enforcement, to prisons, everywhere. Because see, the thing about these healthcare systems is you're tapping into uncharted territory. It's the ability to know what all do you want to know. Everything that you want to know is broken down into a system. If you take the system and build it according to what you want to know, voila, look at what you got. My stomach feels so funny after eating that nasty Chipotle. So, I gotta go take a bath. I'll be right back. My spirit says, oh. I'm back. Now, I am going to get ready to reset my life and go to bed. Um, Told you. Easter's gonna text. I'm not even gonna open up. She already know when she be wrong. It's just a deep, embedded jealousy that's just been there since I was a child. They all been jealous of me. Every last one of them. Because mommy used to tell them that she had favorites. And shouldn't have done that, but she did. And so all of them, especially Gwanda, used to be mean to me. Easter was the closest. Sharon was always doing something illegal, and her and mommy never got along, so she was never around. And then Gwanda um, was jealous because mommy treated me better. And Sheila uh, was just often married and used to think mommy had favorites too. And then Easter was just like mommy with being extremely religious. So they always got along. They never had no issues. Um, I mean, at some point, I mean, they done had, you know, different things, but it was always, mommy always was at it with Sharon and Gwanda. Gwanda more when she got older. It was Sharon always, always, from as long as I can remember. It was Sharon, always. Just them two going at it. Sharon said mommy gave her cold butter and she never got over it. And every time they got in an argument, that's exactly what came up. I don't like you. You never liked me because you gave me cold butter. Oh God, not the butter again. That's how we used to be. Oh, not the butter, Sharon. Here it comes. They would start arguing. Mom say, you getting your life together? What do you mean? My life has always been together. Are you getting yours together, man? Here they go. Here it comes. 5, 4, 3. And you never loved me because you gave me the cold butter. Oh, there it is. The butter again. It was every holiday, every single time. I don't ever recall them, much as I can remember. I don't hardly ever remember them being able to get along, hugging and mommy hugging Sharon, and never. That's one memory I ain't got. That never happened. Never. She used to go see her and take the boy stuff, but it was always something they was bickering about. You know what? Sharon lived. This is something else. Sharon lived in that same, almost same apartment. I want to say it was the same apartment that they had in Augusta off of First Avenue, where I met where I used to hang out with Trav at. Sharon, I want to say she lived in that same apartment. That's crazy. But she did. She lived in that apartment with Cooney, and Albert was a baby. But anyway, I can't get off into that. Let me go back to this, and then I'm gonna look at a little bit, see if there's anything I want to work on tonight, and then I'm getting ready to go to bed. Um, Senior development has to be done because we have seniors in our community. And they need resources and they need help so that they're not a burden in the community, so that they can be functional, Some can't walk but can still read or write. They can have jobs that can help supplement some of their income. There has we can create a senior community. When I say community, I mean this is where you all go. And so what that looks like to me is a housing development that is fully functional and that has all of the abilities um, outlined in this, projection. And so, especially when it comes down to the artificial intelligent clinics, this, makes the older person feel safe, as if they, have access to good care, and that they could, knowing that they're going to be okay. 24 hours, 7 days a week, we have out, out things outlined for you. So everything from the market to the pharmacy to activities within the community is all outlined. And so I think that this is a wonderful plan. And I put it together today with the help of the Lord when that man was saying that he was living in a situation and the lady would help him sometimes and sometimes she wouldn't, and he got a walker and all this other stuff. So it was there to put um, some resources in place. Okay, let me get my notebooks done because I got to get ready to go to bed. Oh, Jesus, I need some water. And she sat there and tell me God don't be talking to me. Child, you gotta stop playing. Child, you stop playing. You better stop playing. See, that's why I'm glad I be recording my all the time. Child, every time I record and child, this is catching these prophecies right here. Now I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play my recorder and play what I said and I'm gonna play what I opened my Bible to. See this, let me get my tablet. This here, this right here. This right here. I just said I get tired of trying to prove myself to them. Like I gotta prove that God be talking to me. I ain't got. They used to seeing me as Chrissy. You don't know who I am. You don't know who I am in the spirit. I'm Queen Esther in the spirit. You don't know me like that. Like T.I. say, you don't know me. You don't know me like that. You ain't been around me in years. You have no idea what God has put in me. And they be sitting up there just talking to me like that. You know, All right, tonight is May the 4th, 2026. And excuse me, I just opened my Bible and I'm going to record this. It was 9:06 p.m. I just got out of the tub and I'm going to record what trying to get an attorney. And so when I be going out, then people say, "How do she know that somebody in that truck and we ain't told her?" So I don't have that want to aggravate because they don't like it when I'm at a peace there. Why? Because in that small area where I was today, I was talking. I just got off the phone with Easter, and I was talking about an idea that God gave me today when I was riding down the road. And I was talking about it, and I'm recording to the part where I was talking. And to bring jobs there, you got to bring a why, but you got to be something. And I said, "Why you say that?" And he said, "You just got to be. Because you just got to be." He was saying what he couldn't say, what the Holy Spirit already revealed to me. What people forget that I know I can read these signals. And when I go out of this house, at the end of the day, I thought about it today. I remind myself of a ball what the cats have that play with, and it's all messed up. That's what all of these signals look like to me when I go out here, because I be picking them up. It's a signal coming from here. It's a signal coming from here. It's a signal coming from here. It's a signal. I be picking them up. And them people be sitting there watching me to watch where she's picking up signals. And ain't nobody told me they there. That's the brilliance of this. And so when I be going out and then people say, "How do she know that somebody in that truck and we ain't told her?" So I don't have time to get into frivolous conversations like that just get me out my peace and get me out my mind. I'm finna go take this bath and I'm finna come in here and write. I might not even talk about my green today because I wanted to say this when I seen the message, and I wanted to say it. God said in the Bible, in the Word, He gave the 12 disciples a job. Their job was to go out and go green. That's my word for it. But they was to go out to all the surrounding towns and cities and heal people, make resources, do whatever they need in the name of Jesus. That's what my job is. Everywhere I go, turn it green. If they don't want to hear it, Bible says shake the dust from your feet, and move on. So I'm not here to try, "Oh, well, this is an idea that can make you money and foster growth and development in the community." If you don't want to hear it, I'll just be quiet. I don't have to say anything. But if somebody asks me, I'm immediately going before the Lord. Like I felt, and somebody asked me in Murfreesboro, turn it green. How do you bring some income here? Wealth. So I wrote it. I went and asked God. I can't do this on my own. I went and asked God, "Well, God, if we turn Murfreesboro green, what would that look like?" I wrote it. And He gave me a care plan, less than 10 minutes.
these ideas, and they were beautiful. I was shocked. They were beautiful. I was shocked that I got all of these ideas on what to do. See, one of the things that I want to say is when you have small counties like Murfreesboro, on that little park where I was today, where there's little factories and where there's, a few houses, and it's just, your normal little small town. In those towns is where you build up and link to your bigger cities, if that makes any sense, or bigger towns. And what that means is you have state and federal regulations that change there. Why? Because in that small area where I was today, to bring jobs there, you got to bring up the development. You can't just bring jobs. You got to have jobs and the development. So that means you got to touch on the areas of that environment. And that's going to be, you got to have entertainment. You're going to have your transportation system, because you can't build jobs and don't build the transportation. See, this is where you take this county of where it is right now, and it all comes up at one time. Why? Because you're building in multiple different places to make them connect. Remember, I said they'll hold hands. Because why? When you build the job, I'm building your transportation. They holding hands. So that I gave you a job and I gave you transportation. So that I gave you a resource without making an asset. Ha! Look at that. Without making a liability. Ha! Look at that. So, because you can go and take Bowling Green and build a wonderful community complex. But if you didn't put nothing else with it to hold its hand, to bridge it to the community, to foster growth and development, then the only thing you did is gave that person a job, but now I got a liability because I ain't got no way to get there. It's costing me too much. And the Uber gonna take this. So no. So in an area that's small and far out like that, look at how far out I had to go. We don't do that in no Uber. We got a train that's running with that tunnel system. See, when I built that tunnel system in 2022, 23, I built it 3 different ways. See, that notebook is going to come back into play because the drawing has that tunnel 3 different ways and different parts, and it has an overhead. Because this is a multi-trillion-dollar, bazillion-dollar system here that we're running and that we're building, so that everybody has a sufficient way to travel back and forth using natural resources that doesn't stop in the event of an act of God. So what we're doing is we're taking, in a small area like that, we're building it up. So let's say, for the sake of this, let me give an example. Let's say we're trying to build jobs. So then what we're doing is we're assessing the environment. You can't just build jobs. You got to look at what kind of people you got there to know what kind of intel and kind of jobs you need to bring. You don't need to bring a bunch of engineering jobs if ain't nobody got the degrees to have the job. So you got to build the job, and then you got to build the job according to the environment. So you have to build the job, and you have to build the environment. So if we build the environment based on the job, where are we with a wage? What are we looking at here? We're looking at $25 to $27 an hour. People are excited. They're excited. We're doing $25 to $27 an hour. We're doing education. We're doing transportation to get you there. Because, see, that's where the train comes in. All right? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is AI. I don't need nobody running that. But I could to build more jobs. But if I just did AI, I don't need nobody running that. And it's taking you smack dab into downtown at the stadium, crossing over, and then going out northeast, Bradley Park, going all over. We're making money here, but we're making sense. So then we take the jobs. What kind of jobs are we bringing? Well, number one, we have, no affordable housing. I didn't really see anything. So we're going to need some builders for that. We're going to need some developers. We're going to need family entertainment. That whole little field out there that is like with the open thing. I thought of it and really looked cute. It would be cute as core. But I also thought they need to take the whole thing and do like an artificial intelligent drive-in, robotics out there. We can do an autoplex like an AI plex like mall right there, and we could do artificial intelligent what do you call it? What do you call it thing? Aquatics, artificial intelligent aquatic center. We can do that. See, that brings your your people from all over. So now they're coming in with Broadway. They got more to do than just drink. We're going to the aquatic center with AI. They got AI. You know, you could be on a boat in the inside and doing all this other stuff, and there's AI in there. You know, you can make the coolest scenes. We got the, robotic skates and all this other kind of stuff. Cool stuff that's going to get the young kids to thinking. We need to get them off of drugs into thinking about what the future is. So they're learning and entertaining themselves. Okay? So we have that. We're building that. We got skating rings. We got the little helidrones. That's cute. We need to get people used to hovering. You know, getting used to being in the air, flying, getting used to technology. Again, thinking. When people think and can have fun and relax, what do? They create. They create. Look at me. When I have really good days, I come home and I go green. And that's because when you're in a really good mood, you relax and all these ideas start to come and they start to form. Well, the same with people. So you turn everything, you turn them green by fixing the issues in your community. So we bring jobs there. We, fix the roads. That brings jobs. Bringing the helidrones. That brings jobs. Bringing core there. That brings jobs. Getting people registered for, I don't know, the green DMV. That can bring jobs. But all of the different places that we build is bringing jobs. Everyone. The helidrones is a factory, so that's bringing jobs. The community entertainment plex, that is bringing jobs. Why? Because you need all these people to run the different departments that is within the complex, the fun zone. You need people to run them. So that is bringing jobs. And these jobs are good paying jobs. Why? Because they need a level of education, to do the job. And so we want to pay them and give them the education that they need. So the next thing we want to do, let me see. Let me get my notebook really quick. Now I got to go take a bath because my bath water is in there waiting on me. And I actually have more than this. So Murfreesboro is government, state and federal government, healthcare jobs. That's what I saw, healthcare jobs. Getting people signed up for healthcare, putting artificial intelligent healthcare systems in place. See, when people are rural and like that, or without a whole lot around, you got to look at what restaurants are around, what eating habits, are they healthy? How are they getting back and forth to their doctors? See, we want to build to like draw over issues. And so what we want to do is put healthy food choices. I've got fed right here on my list. Fed, F-E-D. I came up with that in California, and that is one of the places that it came to put it. That's the first one that I saw in Nashville. And so that is giving people healthier choices in their food so that you're not just going to McDonald's and stuff like that because you don't have a car. So it's putting education, healthcare, transportation, jobs in place. Rehab is definitely needed in that area. A library. with learning labs, artificial intelligent learning labs and studios. We need a new futuristic library. I mean, something like you can't ever imagine. You just go in and speak to it and watch your book come off the shelf, go on the thing, and come on down to you. We need next level. Think outside of the entire box. 6D printing, you name it, it's in there. We need that. And we need senior development. These senior citizens, I picked up 2 today. They're going to the doctors. They're paying for these Ubers or their insurances. And then what they're doing is they are going to get medicine and they are going to the grocery store. This is just major. And I think these insurance companies need to rethink this process. Because in the event, let's take the man today. Well, we don't need to use his name. Let's take him. He gets out of the car. He has a walker, and he falls. Who's the attorney gonna sue? Because they're first gonna say, why did the insurance company call you an Uber knowing that you had a walking impairment, that your leg was bad, that it wasn't moving? Why did they call you an Uber? So they're going to get sued first for neglect. Because they're going to say, you knew that he was not able to do that, so he should have had a medical assistant, someone medically in link to take you where you needed to go to absorb that liability from Uber. See, Uber is not saying anything to these people that's letting them get in there with these things. That is not good for Uber. Because if they fall, they are going to get an attorney. So that does not need to happen. What needs to happen is we need to build and develop. So I saw the old man today. I came up with Angel Care a while ago. So I'm going to expand it. I'm going to build a senior luxury community. And so let me do this really fast, and then I'm going to go and get in the tub. So I'm going to take a senior community, and I'm going to build it. I should have been watching my car the whole time. He still was on the phone. Okay, so I'm going to take this and build a senior community, and then I really got to go get it in the tub. So let me write down that I'm at home. All right, so if we did senior development, all right, let's say we did, this would go under affordable housing. And we could do this as, we want a market. We want a pharmacy. And we're going to do this AI because if we want this to be affordable housing with real luxury as what it needs, we can't afford to put people in the pharmacy. So these scripts are going to be received electronically, only from a doctor, no paper scripts, no call-ins, no nothing. This is strictly system to system, and you go in and they're ready. and they come up to your apartment. So we're going to put in a chute. So your doctor sends it in, it fills it, and then it's out. And then it comes up through your airmail system, and you get your pharmacy and your medicine that way. Can't afford to put anybody in there to work. You know, maybe one person to oversee it, but can't afford to put anybody in there to work because the system costs too much money to start up. So all that way, all of the money coming in from the pharmacies, all of that from the medicine, people picking it up, that money just all goes back as residual income, and the system is just running itself. So we need a market there, and that market is also AI. We don't need anybody in there either. That way they can get what they need from the store and have the robot bring it up. We need vehicles, auto drones. My own thing that I made a while ago. We need to implement that there. That's like a pretty much an AI shuttle that takes them on outside excursions up to a couple of miles, free. That comes with their housing. We need to give them. I'm trying to say how I want to say this with their power bill, but we want to build this. We want to build green for power. I'm just going to put that. And then the next thing we want to do is we already know we'll do. We can't do each apartment with my Samsung washer and dryer, but we can do a washer and dryer sub laundry in there, and we can put about 5 to 6 Samsung units in there. And that way they have a laundry care system that's on site. And then we want to put in I want to call them clinician pads. And this is for them to communicate with their doctors if they need to. This is also for them to have access to emergency care. And then I want to implement my AI clinics. I want them to have that there. See, this is what we need to do. When I was thinking about that man the other day that was in the car that was doing physician compensation, I was thinking about his job and where he is in the future and where that plan is. And with old people, they will probably be the biggest drawback to the evolution of healthcare because they are not computer inclined. So what we'll need to do is start with them simple. They'll go down, they can get their blood pressures read, they can get their heart monitored, they can, get a stress test, they can get little things done that is inside of this so that we can cut down on the insurance trips. We can give them their pads and have, because you eventually your health care is going to turn into nothing more than you having a pad. And that pad is going to come with device that's going to come with cords, and these cords hook to your device, and this is what is reading your data, and this is also being sent over to your doctor. So in the event you need a doctor, you're not getting on the phone and calling Dr. Coonsnatcham and saying, I need to see you. You are going to your pad first, communicate, and then choosing if if you're needing to go somewhere else. And this is where the government wants to go, because eventually you're cutting down a lot of money that is being right now spent out. So if we had, good quality health care, that's what this would look like. Because Dr. Coon Snatchum is only going to spend 3 to 5 minutes with that old person or with the young person. But the computer is not on a time scale. And it can take 50,000 people at one time. Dr. Coon Snatchum can't. He's under human, you know, liabilities and restraints and time schedules and all of this stuff. And he's going to get fatigued. But the computer is not. So the computer, we take the computer and we hook it up and we put on our bands or we do whatever and put on our wrist and put our hair and then we hook up and then open our app and sit still. It's reading everything. And so eventually you're going to have more to be read because you're going to get more done. I told you, eventually you want to go to a medical design. And that is where the evolution comes because you want to get into what it's really like to know what's going on in your body at all times. This is where preventative care evolves. This is when we all see the sky opening in a way, in a sense. This is when we see the beauty of the Lord and his creations and what he has allowed us to have. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. Once I got done with this, um, once I got done reading about my idea, I opened my Bible to Ezekiel. It was 9:06, which is 6. And I opened my Bible to Ezekiel 40:11, which is 6. And it said, and the man said unto me, Son of man, behold with thine eyes and ear with thine ears, and hear with thine ears, and set thine heart upon all that I shall show thee, for to the intent that I might show them unto thee art thou, brother, brought hither. Declare all that thou seest to the house of Israel. And I was sitting here reading my notebook, and not reading my notebook, but just looking at, my notes that I wrote today when I was out. And once again, God confirmed what he was telling me. And it was like last night I read in my, before I went to bed, I heard to read the book of Deuteronomy. And that's when Moses was giving instructions to the people. And the people of Israel, God was leading them out. And so I just feel like in this situation, once again, God is giving me wisdom and giving me information. And I'm definitely gonna get ready to go to bed. I'm tired. Um, but I'm really just happy that God again spoke behind me, that it's not just me that is making the conversation. Like, it's not me that's just saying what's being said. It's God giving me the wisdom. So I'm getting ready to go to bed.
trying to reach is not available. Please leave your message after the tone.